Hello guys, welcome to Interchange to Unit 13, that's Entertainment. In this unit, we're going to talk about relative pronouns for things and people, and also we will discuss about present participle and past participle adjectives. Let's begin. Here we have a conversation between Danny and Gina. They are discussing about TV shows and movies. Let's listen.
Unit 13. That's Entertainment. Page 86. Exercise 2. Conversation. I think they're boring. Part A. Listen and practice.
It's so hot out. Do you want to stay in and watch a movie this afternoon?
Maybe. What do you want to see?
How about an X-Men movie? I've heard that the early ones are really interesting.
For you, maybe. I'm not interested in action movies. Actually, I think they're boring.
What about that new movie based on one of Stephen King's novels?
I don't know. I'm always fascinated by his books, but I'm not in the mood for a horror movie.
Well, what do you want to see?
How about a Game of Thrones marathon? It's my favorite series ever.
Okay, but only if you make us some popcorn.
Participles as adjectives. Use present participle adjectives ing to describe or give an opinion about situations, movies, books, TV shows, etc. Use past participle adjectives ed to express how you feel about situations, movies, books, TV shows, etc. For example, I think Game of Thrones is an amazing series. I read the book you told me, but I felt very bored. I am interested in horror movies. In these sentences, as you can see in the first one, it says, I think Game of Thrones is an amazing series. In this case, this person is using a present participle adjective or an adjective with ing to give his opinion about this series. And he says that this series is amazing. In the second sentence, it says, I read the book you told me, but I felt very bored. That means that this person felt like this after reading the book. This is the way that the person felt. And the last one, I am interested in horror movies. This is the way the person feels about horror movies. So we can use present participles to describe or give an opinion about something. And we can use past participle adjectives to say how we feel about an activity or a situation. Now we are going to see some verbs with their present and past participle adjectives. Bore, boring, bored. Tire, tiring, tired. Interest, interesting, interested. Amused, amusing, amused. Frighten, frightening, frightened. Satisfy, satisfying, satisfied. Depress, depressing, depressed. Disappoint, disappointing, disappointed. Surprise, surprising, surprised. Shock, shocking, shocked. Exhaust, exhausting, exhausted. Annoy, annoying, annoyed. Terrify, terrifying, terrified. Embarrass, embarrassing, embarrassed. Excite, exciting, excited. Amaze, amazing, amazed. Frustrate, frustrating, frustrated. Irritate, irritating, irritated. Confuse, confusing, confused. Disgust, disgusting, disgusted. and fascinate, fascinating, fascinated. Participles as adjectives. To create sentences with the present participle adjectives, we use the subject, the verb to be or another verb, plus the present participle adjective, plus the complement. For example, your book sounds exciting. That food looks disgusting. The movie Titanic is so depressing in the end. The last episode of Game of Thrones was very disappointing. Remember, we use present participle adjective to give our opinion about things or situations. Now, to create sentences with the past participle adjectives, we use the subject plus the verb be or another verb plus the past participle adjective plus the complement. For example, I am excited about your book. I feel disgusted by the food. She gets depressed when she watches the movie Titanic. Everybody was disappointed by the last episode of Game of Thrones. Remember, we use past participle adjective to talk about feeling, to say how we feel about something. Now we will see some adjectives and their synonyms. Awful, horrible, terrible, disgusting. For example, Cruella is a terrible person. Wonderful, fantastic, incredible, outstanding. For example, Dua Lipa is a wonderful singer. Stupid, silly, ridiculous, dumb. For example, Homer is a little silly. Strange, odd, weird, bizarre. For example, the movie Saw, it's really bizarre. Funny, amusing, hilarious, hysterical. For example, Jim Carrey's characters are funny. Now we will see some kinds of movies. Action, comedy, animation, fantasy, biography, sci-fi, thriller, horror, drama, war, documentary, musical. Relative pronouns for people and things. We use relative pronouns to introduce relative clauses. Relative clauses tell us more about people and things. For example, Zoe Saldana is an American actress who is well known for her role in the movie Avatar. Or, Zoe Saldana is an American actress that is well known for her role in the movie Avatar. Super Mario Kart is a popular game which was released in 1992. Or, Super Mario Kart is a popular game that was released in 1992. We use these relative pronouns who, that, and which to give extra information about things and people. We use who and that for people. For example, Juan Luis Guerra is a great singer. He can play the guitar and the piano. Juan Luis Guerra is a great singer who can play the guitar and the piano. Or, Juan Luis Guerra is a great singer that can play the guitar and the piano. The second one, Cardi B is a rapper. She appeared on a reality show. Cardi B is a rapper who appeared on a reality show. Or, Cardi B is a rapper that appeared on a reality show. The last one, I want to meet Scarlett Johansson. She's my favorite actress. I want to meet Scarlett Johansson, who is my favorite actress. In this case, we cannot use that because we have a comma. And the reason why we have a comma is because we have here in these sentences, we have two different people. We have I and we have Scarlett Johansson. Here we are talking about Scarlett Johansson, but we start the sentence with the subject I. We have two different people in the sentence. If you notice, in the first sentence we only talk about Juan Luis Guerra, and in the second sentence we only talk about Cardi B. But in the last sentence we talk about me because we have the subject I, and we also talk about Scarlett Johansson. That's why here we need a comma and we use who. That is not possible. We can only use who if we need a comma. So we say, I want to meet Scarlett Johansson, who is my favorite actress, and we use a comma. For things, we use which and that. It's also used for animals as well. For example, the Mona Lisa is an Italian painting. It was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. The Mona Lisa is an Italian painting which was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Or, the Mona Lisa is an Italian painting that was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. The Simpsons is a TV show. It has more than 30 seasons. The Simpsons is a TV show which has more than 30 seasons. Or, The Simpsons is a TV show that has more than 30 seasons. The last one. Many people prefer to watch movies on Netflix. It is a streaming platform with lots of great movies. So we say, many people prefer to watch movies on Netflix, which is a streaming platform with lots of great movies. Again, here we need a comma because we start the sentence with many people, and then we talk about Netflix. Well guys, that was everything for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.